Who's interested in music? Raise your hand if it's something you think you'd like to pursue. And just so you know, and I might be jumping ahead a little bit here, but just so you know, so many people that work in the music industry, you don't have to just be a performer. You don't have to be in a band. You don't even have to play an instrument. You can work, which we're going to talk about, so many careers in the music industry.
Industry. We are Mike and Miriam Risko from Mike Risko Music. We are also members of the National Association of Music Merchants. So we're here today to shine a little light for you guys on careers in music. We're going to introduce a variety of ways that you can find a career in the music industry. That is, we're going to examine numerous routes of how you can enter the music industry, and we're going to discuss some skills that you may already have. So we are from Mike Risko Music in Ossining. We are located at 144 Croton Avenue. We have had our business in Ossining for 30 years. We did this business when we were in our 20s. We are a full-line retail music store. We sell musical instruments, we repair, we rent, and we also have a music school where we do music lessons, musical theater, rock bands, and anything in music education. We are musicians, so not only do we have our business in retail and education, but we are also performers. We have a band called the Mike Risko Band.
And it's so fun to make a living doing something that you love doing. I highly recommend it, whatever that is.
The thing that we're going to do today is challenge a common myth that you have to be a starving artist to be in the music industry. More of your life working than doing anything else, it's really important to love the industry you're in. And we will tell you that the music industry is super fun.
The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. That is a quote by Steve Jobs. Does anybody here know the path that they think they're going to take right now, and you're like, I'm going to be this?
We got a lawyer over here.
How about you? We got another one here.
You can be a lawyer in the music industry. Did you know that? Anybody else want to share?
To know what you want to do. Yes.
Broadway actress.
All right, you got a Broadway actress.
Are some of the jobs that you can do in the music industry. And again, when I was a kid, there was only 2 that we knew of that we talked about. There was so many more back then, but now it's just unbelievable. You know, and the music, little fact here, the music industry generates more income per year than the construction industry. So you could be a musician. Anybody here a musician already? You play an instrument? So raise your hand, raise it high if you're a musician. We love musicians. So if you're a musician, then you could teach music, and you could perform, you could play on Broadway, you could play in a band.
You could be a teacher, you could be a performer or a songwriter. You could be a recording studio engineer. Anybody, if you're interested in any of these jobs, raise your hand. You could be
Yes, we have somebody up here. What job are you interested in?
Songwriter. Okay.
Very good.
You could be a instrument designer, repair, restoration tech, or luthier. You could be a marketing strategist. You all love your social media. You love being on your phones, right?
Who loves being on their phone? It's amazing. The marketing strategist we employ, we do a lot of our social media ourselves, but we employ people that do marketing for us, and it's just incredible the opportunity that you guys have these days with social media. You can literally make a living on your phone.
He's an instrument technician, so somebody to repair instruments. There's a real need in the industry for that. If anybody has any interest in, they like to build things or fix things, that would be a great career for you. So there's many different pathways to get to these careers, and they're not just the traditional path, but you don't have to go to 4-year college. You could go to 2-year college. You could go to trade school, like some sort of school that trains you in the area of music. So internships are really cool. So you basically work for free. Some internships are paid, but they really teach you the skills. Networking. Networking, you guys, is so important. So just getting to know people.
What I learned years later, and I actually started about your age, is networking happens right now. So all of you that are sitting in this room, you might get the next best career job when you're 25 from somebody that's sitting right there, and you have no idea it's going to happen yet.
So in order to do certain jobs, you do need certain types of skills and personalities.
Once I started playing music and trying to push myself into some uncomfortable zone to get out and play in front of people, it kind of changed things a little bit.
So you need musical proficiency, which is, I think, in order to teach music, you're going to have to know music. You're going to also have to have some sort of teaching ability. So you
musician that performs for their career. I know there's a bunch of musicians over here.
Sound engineer. So this is another career that we talk about all the time. A live sound engineer comes with a band, like we bring a live sound engineer with us to a band when we do a gig. And they bring all this equipment with them and they set it up for us, right?
Mixing board and hooks up microphones and deals with all the levels. So that is a career you can get into as well.
That's a career that we are always looking for, a really good sound tech. So that is something where, like, highly recommend you go into that too.
But just keep in mind, like things like the marketing strategist, you don't have to be a musician if you're good at marketing. You know, does anybody know? I know you're all into social media, but if
Do you guys have any questions for us? Pamphlets that are provided by NAMM, if anybody wants them. They go through all these careers. There's a huge list of careers in the music industry in these, so you can come grab one. When we started our business?
Well, we both started playing. I mean, I didn't start playing guitar until 7th grade. I've only worked for myself since high school. I have never really had a real job with anybody.
But before I was working with Mike, I actually worked in advertising and marketing and sales, and I learned a lot of the basics of what I use now. Well, I can tell you, I've always loved singing. That's like been something that I've always wanted to do my entire life. So I guess some people don't, I consider myself lucky that I knew that very early on, that I have a career doing something that I love. And I don't spend all day singing, but I spend all day thinking and talking about music and helping other people to do something that they love.
Say it louder, everybody.
Why did you decide to start playing guitar on all this?
I started playing guitar. My mother plays piano, and my father bought her a guitar, and she wasn't into it. And then my sister played for a little while, and then one day when I was like 12 or 13, I picked it up just to start messing around on it, and just thought it was a cool thing to do.
My grandmother once said, when you play guitar, you're never lonely. The guitar's such a great instrument, and it's just it's so portable, and it's social, and it's fun.
Any other instruments besides guitar?
Drums, bass, piano, but I'm really a guitar player is my main thing.
And I also highly recommend, if you're a singer, to learn an instrument to go with it. Not that singing is not an instrument, but it makes you a more independent singer.
And playing music I had no interest in really at the time. I mean, I played with a country band playing square dances upstate New York, and I had no idea, but I learned that vocabulary of that style of music, and I was working. Victor Wooten, he's an amazing bass player. You should look him up on social media. You can look us up on social media too. And he says music is a path forward.
If you think about it, because music has this ability to connect people, you can do so much with it. You know, it's not just about the performing part. So the National Association of Music Merchants offers some resources. You could go to nammfoundation.org, or we can give you one of these if you want.
Organization that basically steers the ship of the music industry. And as Miriam had said, I am on the board of directors. It's an amazing organization. If you ever get the opportunity to go to NAMM, definitely.
Actually have been bringing our kids to NAMM since they were really little, right? Who knows this song? Come on, everybody knows this song. Do you guys know it? The chorus. We took the midnight train going anyway. Okay, we're gonna do the chorus. Don't stop believing. Hold on to the feeling. We're gonna all sing. You got that? Thank you guys. Can we do a quick selfie with you guys?